Good morning. Good wintry morning from Wisconsin. Woke up to lots of snow today, which some may think is great, some may not. I do not. I'm not a fan of snow, although I live in Wisconsin. But good morning, nonetheless. Welcome to Go Ask Sawyer. Today's episode is all about trust. Really been ruminating on that word the last, maybe month or two, just from some things that have been happening in life and kind of thinking about why I do or don't trust situations, people, outcome. And so I feel like today I woke up and everything I had a perfect alignment of understanding trust. So I thought I'd pop on and talk about it because I feel like trust is one of the number one things in everything and everywhere that people desperately want with another person. They want trust in another person. They want to have trust in a situation. It is one of the biggest things that we wear with a badge of honor, that we do not trust other people. Let's buckle up and dig in. We are going everywhere today, from the dictionary definition to what the Bible says to what Ella Mai says in her song Naked. And we are going to start with the card pull just to be in alignment. Don't mind my shuffling. We have a pop out. Fool's Embrace, Transmuting Pain. We have a beautiful sun, maybe moon. Looks almost like a fairy creature in the front. They're holding their knees very tight. This is card 22, Fool's Embrace, Transmuting Pain. Again, I am using the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Transmuting pain, allowing life to love you. The experience of both and. I just love the way this is starting. Let me tell you why. The line, allowing life to love you, would mean that you would have to be vulnerable, would mean that you would have to learn to trust yourself. And until we can learn to trust ourselves and what our body tells us and the feelings that we get, we will never be able to allow life to truly love us. All right, here we go. The pain of life is sometimes unbearable. When we're in it, we think that pain, that loss, that betrayal will always be woven through our continuity of existence. We're kept hostage by the way we identify with the pain and what we make it mean. If we let it, it becomes etched into us like a tattoo. Again, real quick, side note, we hold on to, I do not trust people. I do not trust people. We hold on to that pain until it becomes part of our story that we're so proud of. No matter where on the spectrum of pain you find yourself now, whether it be mild disappointment or searing loss, it's time to make peace with it. Befriend it rather than resisting it, running from it or judging it as bad or unfair or hostile. Can you see the gift that is here? Surrender to the Fool's Embrace, allowing the truth to envelop you in love and compassion. What if you could learn something amazing from this? What is truly yours will not pass you by. Something better and perfect for you is waiting elsewhere. If you could come to terms with the liberation and freedom inherent in loss, your broken heart might open you up to a greater sense of humanity and compassion. As in the narrative of the Tarot, the Fool will be at the beginning of your life's adventure and at the end when you've integrated all the wisdom you've accumulated along the journey. He will never let you down or lie to you. He will, however, teach you how to reveal in both the beauty and desperation of life, both and. This and that will always be true. Remember, the pearl can't be created without the gritty sand causing discomfort and acting as a catalyst in the oyster. Your pearl is discovered in radical acceptance that everything has value. All is well now and will be. Remember that today as you feel the Fool's Embrace. I gotta tell you, I just love this card for opening up to what trust is. And again, there was a line there about heartbreak, right? Allow the heartbreak, teach us, let it go. Oftentimes we get our heart broken in a relationship, and so often we blame the other person. This is all your fault. You did this. You did not love me. You did not accept me. You left me here on the ground, brokenhearted, in pieces. When in reality, if we looked inside ourselves, I bet we saw moments in that relationship where we knew we shouldn't be there, where we knew it was done, where we knew something was going on. And sometimes in life, life is extremely crazy and busy, especially if you have kids. Like, you can't ever get a clear thought for a moment. You can't ever get peace of mind. My children are older, so it's a little bit different. But I know when they were little, like, they took up everything. So I didn't pay attention to things. I didn't see things. What in life is distracting you right now from your truth? What in life is distracting you from what you don't want to see? That was a really hard pill to swallow when I've gone through a few breakups, to realize either I was just as at fault as the other person, or maybe even more. I stayed somewhere too long. I knew I shouldn't have been here. So that heartbreak, that anger that I threw on that other person, it was really because I did not trust myself. I was mad at myself. The term trust, I looked up, is a firm belief in the reality, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something. So that firm belief that I stand on, I have no reservations, I have no insecurities about it. How many of us have that with ourselves? How many of us can actually rely on ourselves to show up? How many of us can rely on ourselves not to cross boundaries? How many of us can rely on ourselves to speak truth when it needs to be said instead of staying quiet? How many of us can trust that we will accept responsibility and accountability when we do wrong? And I really think that's where it lies. We are human. Humans make mistakes. Humans are gluttonous. We are envious. We are jealous. We are creatures. We are people that want what everybody else has, because heaven forbid we water what we already have. We want more and more and more. And the thing is, we don't stop to look at why we don't trust other people. We take it as a badge of honor. I trust no one. Oh my gosh, I've had growing up, when I was younger, I feel like I've had friends who just were very like, I don't trust people. And that's just who I am. And now that I'm learning more about it, I'm like, man, that is really sad. That saying I don't trust anyone sometimes is an excuse to not have to be vulnerable. It's an excuse so you can be closed off. It's an excuse so you can be mean. It's an excuse so you can be overly accusatory of your friends or partner. And it's an excuse so that everybody else will chase you, yet no one will ever win. It's an excuse. Because at the end of the day, we don't trust ourselves because we've seen how distrustful we can be. We've crossed our own boundaries. We've never repaired. We've never taken accountability. So if I'm dating someone and I get a weird feeling about someone else they're talking to, I know what I've done in my past. So I'm going to project that onto them. Well, I've cheated. I've had emotional affairs. I've had emotional connections with people I should not have been because my relationship was not good or not strong. So I'm sure they're doing that now. So now I don't trust them. And I'm going to ask them questions about it or not. And I'll just stay bottled up with anger. I'm going to ask them questions about it, but I'm actually not going to believe anything they say because I remember what I said. So we project that mistrust on everyone because we know what we have done and what we have said. And until we can stand firm in who we are and really acknowledge, like, man, I did this. I did this. How can I repair with myself? How many of us have really taken the time to sit with ourselves and say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I've crossed my own boundaries. I'm sorry that even though I said I was going to go out tonight and I was not going to stay out past 10 and I stayed out till 1 a.m. and now I'm exhausted. You broke that promise to yourself. It's all those little things. I'm gonna go to bed every night at 10 o'clock. You do it 2 times, and then all of a sudden after that, it's out the window. So you're letting yourself know I'm not much of a priority. TV is more of a priority. My phone is more of a priority. Other people are more of a priority than myself. And then we question why we don't trust other people. We can't even trust ourselves. My goal this year is to read the Bible. So I grew up in private schools from 4th grade to my senior year. My family went to church most every Sunday. We would go to church, get donuts, maybe drive around, look at houses if Dad wanted to do that, or we'd come home. And I got to tell you, I have had an up and down relationship with God my whole life, especially because I'm gay. And as we are taught in the Bible, as we are taught from Christians, it is not okay to be gay. God will not accept you, all of that. Yet, I'm reading the Bible. I'm through chapter 21 in Genesis. I've already got things to say. I'll do another podcast on that for those who want to dig deep, because I just got through the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, which, my whole brain exploded. Anyway, side note. But the whole first part of this is really about faith and trust. And do we have faith in God? For those of you who don't believe in God, do we have faith in the universe? Do we have faith to trust that what is supposed to be for us will be? Even in that card, what is meant for you will never pass you by. Sarah and Abraham really wanted kids, and it just wasn't happening. So, of course, Sarah gave her servant to Abraham to marry, and they had a child, and, God was like, why would you do this? Of course you're going to have kids. But she was 90 years old when she first had kids. And in my head, yes, trust that what you want will happen. Also, my question is, too, did she have a conversation with God? Did she pray about it? But then on the other hand, I'm like, why would God make her wait so long? But she ended up having kids, and Sarah and Abraham were pillars at the beginning, just kind of creating and setting up and having all the families and descendants. But one of the questions at the end was, where are areas in your life you have strong faith, and where are areas in your life you do not? I do not have strong faith anywhere. And that is really hard to say. And now all of a sudden I'm going to want to cry. That is really hard to say because I want to so bad. I want to have that trust in myself that I know where to go. That faith that hey, it's all going to work out. So what am I so scared of? Because honestly, at the end of the day, everything kind of has worked out. The only thing that hasn't is my love life. And that's a whole nother podcast because I self-sabotage and date people who are emotionally unavailable. But that's really my own thing because I'm clearly scared of something. So trust what I just said. I'm clearly scared of something. Ella Mai has an amazing song, Naked. I heard this song a few weeks ago, and her lyrics, again, were connected, I thought, to trust. She says, I could be pissed, but I'll act like I'm not. I really remember when I say I forgot. So right away, you're telling me you are not showing me the real you. And now I need to play a game to get to you. Why do we have to play a game? That's my question. Why do we have to play a game? Are you ready to fight just to see what's lost behind my flaws? Can you love me naked? Why does it have to be a fight? Are you proud of your flaws? She wants to know who thinks I'm beautiful when I'm looking fucked up. I want that perfect love. Am I asking too much? Someone who shoots for the stars. After I looked at those lyrics, I thought to myself, does she? Does she love herself behind those walls? Does she love her flaws? Does she love herself when she's looking fucked up? Whatever that definition is she telling herself, I'm going to show the world this, but I'm really this? So once again, not letting people in. It's an excuse to be cut off. It's an excuse to be cold. Back when I first started my journey of all the things, there was a quote passage, can't remember where it was from, but it said something along the lines of, how can we expect other people to love us the way we so desperately want when we don't even love ourselves that way? And that just hit me so hard because we want so much from other people, yet we are so unwilling to give it to ourselves. And how many of us are actually unwilling to give it to other people, to give the trust, to give the vulnerability, to love someone when they're laying on the floor, to love someone when they're at their worst? And when I say worst, I don't mean sick. I mean, they're not in a good headspace. They're not the person that we knew, we thought. They've lost themselves. Are we willing to show up for them the way we want them to show up for us? And I do love that song. It's a beautiful song. And I think it's definitely something I'm like, oh my gosh, I would love someone to love me naked. But do I even love myself naked? We say, I want someone to love me naked, yet we're not even willing to take our clothes off. We're not even willing to show our scars, to show ourselves. But we want someone to love me naked. The final question I have to think about as I've gone through this trust is the people in our lives that we do trust. A couple things. Number one, is it a blind trust? They're my family. They're my mom, and I trust her always and forever. Is it just because, we were born into it? Is it a loyalty thing? Well, I've known this person so long, so I'm just going to trust them. Or is it like a deep in my gut, I can trust them? And then if I can, I really want to look at what are the qualities and characteristics of these people that we trust. Because we also know everyone's human. People have hurt us. They've broken trust. They've done things that we didn't want them to do. But what are the qualities that somebody has when we're like, hey, I know you messed up, but for some reason, I still trust you. I'm still here. And like, it's a real trust. It's not like, well, I guess, we're in it, but it's like, I really trust who you are. A couple things that I wrote down that have to do with people in my life that I really do, like, I have a deep trust for is change behavior. So when we have that conversation and they know they've hurt me, behavior has changed. They've paid attention to what upset me and their behavior changed. Accountability. It's not, yeah, you did this, but I did this, but you did this, but you did this. It's, I feel like I recently got into that with someone the other day and it just felt so defeating. Like, okay, you're right. It's me. Accountability. We are so terrified to take accountability because for some reason that means we're wrong. Accountability doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means you're accepting responsibility for what you did. Hey, I hurt you. I'm really sorry. And again, that underlying emotion of shame, embarrassment. I can't believe I just hurt someone I love. Yet we are so unwilling to just say, hey, let's talk about this. I hurt you. Tell me about it. I don't ever want to do that again. Safety, openness. You feel safe that you can tell someone, hey, this is bothering me. This hurt me. You can speak truth to, and even if it might be a hard conversation, for some reason you trust, like you can show up as yourself. That's where that safety comes in, right? I know I can show up as the person that I am, so I can trust on the other side. So I really want you to think about the qualities of people that you trust in your life. And maybe you're thinking like, dang, I'm surrounded by people I do not trust. So then my question is why? Why do you surround yourself with people you don't trust? And maybe one of them is yourself. Maybe you need to go sit down somewhere. And if it's because you know the behaviors and the actions that you have done have truly not been in alignment, then change the behavior for yourself. Accept responsibility for yourself. Tell yourself, I'm so sorry. I will not abandon you again. The synonyms for trust are confidence, belief, faith, sureness, safekeeping, protection, care, and freedom from suspect or doubt. I love all those words. All those words make me feel light, make me feel happy. What's the word? Connotation. They all have such a positive connotation with them. And then on the other side, the antonym of trust, doubt, skepticism, distrust, mistrust. I was like, distrust and mistrust. Come on. That's like one of my students using the vocabulary word in the definition. But then I looked up the prefix dis, which means not. So not trusting, opposite of. Okay, that one I'll maybe. But mistrust I thought was really interesting. It's mis means ill, wrong, or incorrectly. And how many times have we given our trust to someone incorrect? We jumped too soon. And it was probably because we were feeling insecure, we were chasing, we were looking for love when we really just weren't giving it to ourselves. So we mistrusted. We wrongly gave our confidence, our belief, our faith, our sureness, our safekeeping, our protection, our care to someone who did not deserve it. And I'm not saying that in like you don't deserve this, like a mean thing. It's more of they hadn't earned it yet. We don't make people earn their place in our life very often. So I'm going to leave you with this. Listen to the song Naked by Ella Mai. It's amazing. Think about if you love yourself naked. Think about if you're willing to take off your clothes to really truly show your vulnerability. And just think about the people in your life that you trust or don't and ask yourself why. And I really want this year to be the year where we stop wearing the badge of honor of I don't trust anyone. That's so lonely. Learn to trust yourself, that gut feeling you get. Learn to trust yourself. And then you will be able to see in your life and feel who can be there. And that's a lot of times where that mistrust happens. It's because we are not aligned with ourselves. All right, that is all I have for you this week. It is a lot. But I appreciate you guys showing up. I appreciate you pressing play. I appreciate your downloads. I just appreciate you. Go off into the world and just let's go get in some good trouble. Like good, positive trouble. Peace out.